It's our Affair Pod Show. It's our Affair Pod Show. It's our Affair Pod Show. It's our Affair Pod Show.
G'day there, podcaster. Welcome to the Off-Air Show. I'm Liam, and I don't have any business. I do have an ailment to flag. I may have a parasite.
Like a worm?
No, smaller than that.
Like a tick.
No.
Where in your body?
Gaudia?
Oh, I had that.
You had that?
It's like Guardia.
Did you have that?
Yeah, are you shitting yourself and everything?
Not shitting myself, but just...
A lot of diarrhea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had that, remember I told you about that camp that I went on in Year 9 for 2 months and they sent you away? I had it on that. And, I was laughing stock of the place for a week.
Yeah, right.
Because I was around the toilet bowl all week.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get into
You get it from
too
water.
many... Yeah, I think I got it in Bali, maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't been right.
And it can be like, it can just last a fair while.
Yeah, it's not always... I just feel like there's been something going on without getting into it, but I just haven't. And I'm eating quite clean. I'm not really eating... I eat better these days. So I'm like, I get it if you're binge drinking and like having gyros and stuff and you're like, but I'm like, I eat pretty much just the same thing every day and it's all pretty like chicken breast, kangaroo beans, broccoli and freaking protein shakes. And like that's my week to week. On the weekends, I obviously have whatever I want for dinner and that sort of thing. But like, so look, I got some blood tests.
Mm-hmm.
All good. No nasty surprises. All good. Very high iron, apparently.
Is that your ferritin?
No, quite low ferritin.
Oh. Is that your free iron?
Yeah, free iron. So weirdly, you have low ferritin if you've just had a iron transfusion.
Right.
But I haven't.
Okay.
But anyway.
So you're thinking it's a parasite because your bloods are fine, but you still feel weird.
She said, this is my doctor. I'm getting into my medical records, but this is the Off-Air podcast, and we all trust each other here.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Hey, I'll give you this particular antibiotic to have for a couple of weeks, and hopefully, you're fine after that. If not, it's the scope situation." But she said, "Can you shit in a jar for me?"
Hey, bring in a little sample.
You do a stool sample.
Sample. So I did that.
Did ya?
How does that work?
How do you do?
Do you go into the jar or do you scoop it up with the jar?
Well, the thing is, Sarah said, she's a nurse, and she said, you don't have to like fill the jar up, right? And I was like, yeah, obviously.
If you wanted to impress them, I'm going to fill it up.
Yeah, I don't want to have like they think I only do a small. Anyway.
This guy does tiny poos.
So, I mean, if you must know, I just like sort of put it under the...
Oh, wow. You
So
did it.
I
You
literally
did it in.
I shit into the jar, yeah. And then
snapped it off.
God, I hope you
And
didn't
then-
miss the jar.
How big was the jar? Like one of those little yellow lidded ones that you get? Or was
slightly,
it
the urine
slightly
ones?
bigger. Slightly bigger.
Well, yeah, you'd hope so.
Wasn't-
You'd hope there's
wasn't
funnel
a,
on the top.
Yeah, it wasn't like a Tupperware container, which would have been nice. It just-
Yeah.
And then anyway, then as I was screwing the thing on, I noticed the lid has a small spoon like attached to it. And so I was like, maybe you're supposed to, I don't know, do it on a mat and then scoop a bit into the, I don't know how people do it. But I was like, it's weird because you don't want to ask the doctor, like, how do I do it? But it's like, anyway, I got it in there, all good. And
Then what do you do with it? Like, is
So-
it like
Is it here?
between
now?
here and the doctor?
I've just got it in my work bag. Yeah, I've been meaning to take it in. No, so I've got, so I went in on the Saturday or whatever, and there was like no one there.
Yeah.
She was like, cool, whatever, this is what you need to do. And then you just drop the sample in that box over there, like in the waiting room. And I was
So you like went
cool.
to the reception, you had a little poo in your hand, you're like, where do I put this?
No, well, I didn't
Put it in the
do
poo
the
box.
poo there and then. I didn't have any
No,
in the chamber.
but so you went home.
So
did the
yeah,
poo,
so I went home.
put the poo in the car.
Today,
Right.
I came business hours.
Yeah.
Walked in holding my jar of shit,
Yeah.
and there was about 40 people in there, and I had to like.
Was it in like a green Woolworths
Yeah.
bag or
Did
something?
you wrap it in something?
No, it's just the jar with the brown lid, which really signifies there's a poo in here, and
Normally it comes
and,
in the Ziploc bag.
yeah, no, and then a clear Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I walked in front of everyone, and there was people like definitely looking at me
Someone's like,
'Cause-
wow, I follow that
because
guy on TikTok.
I walked past the receptionist, and she was probably just like, oh, and then I had to like walk past, and I walked past everyone in the waiting room, and they were sort of like, you see movement in doctors, and everyone sort of raises their heads. It's like, is that me?
Yeah.
Am I in next? They're waiting for someone to come in.
Yeah.
And then I just had to like put it in the thing.
So it's like a letterbox for poo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you not done that? Yeah, you've done that
Never
before.
done a stool sample.
If you have to do a sample of something and you don't do it on the spot, then you bring it and you put it in the little deposit box.
Never done it.
I did a urine one when I got the bloods done. So they've really some sick puppy that wants all my blood.
It feels like there should be like a discretionary bag where they give you the little sample cup with the brown lid, and then they give you like a Ziploc bag that's like white or something. You know what I mean? Like so you put it in there. It's like a discretionary bag.
It says, "Hey, this is
not poo.
It's just wee."
Yeah.
It's just a little note that says, "Just wee, man."
Yeah.
I like that.
It's semen. You know, like something cool.
The urine cups, the little jars, they usually have a yellow lid, and then you said that these ones have a brown lid, so they're literally color coded.
And also, I was like, what a job! Like, you don't get paid enough if you're in like pathology to like imagine all day you're just opening.
Yeah.
You know,
you've studied medicine and science and whatever.
Yeah,
else.
I'm assuming you get
uni.
paid well, and you probably get used to it. But there would be some that you open, and it would get through the blast shield. It would get through your suit, and you go, oh.
And there'd be different textures.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll keep you posted. Hopefully, the antibiotics sort of clear it all up.
Have you ever had a colonoscopy?
No, my hole is
pure.
Only. It's a pure hole, only out, nothing in. But that will change. If
your hole is like at the airport when you're leaving and you have to go through those double doors.
Yeah. It's like red.
It's only out, no in.
Yeah, so like people can't get in with a handgun or whatever. Yeah, that's my bum. So yes.
It's fun. You get a little camera.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'll keep you posted. Ben.
I am present. Two quick bits of business. First one, a little bit hypocritical hearing that you have a parasite and that you had a parasite, because I remember when I said growing up we got given worming chocolate, which was super normal in my family and with all my friends.
Wait, what?
And then you both were like, "Oh, you had worms? Gross." And I was like, "Well, I thought that was super normal to have worming chocolate." But you guys had worms as well, so.
Well, no, it's a bacteria. It's a bacteria that
it's not like worms.
Water.
It's not worms in your mouth.
No. It's a
bacteria.
If
you zoom in, it's a bug.
Correct.
Yep.
Which I was going to say, not to get on my meat high horse, but all meat has like living, disgusting bacteria wiggling around in it. But kangaroo is actually the worst for that. So
is it?
It could actually be. And
that could be why my iron levels are so good.
Well, it could also be why you've got some wiggling around parasites in you, because kangaroo is the worst for living bacteria. Every other one, especially processed meat like ham and stuff, have. Oh, there's this. Oh, I'll send you this video. It's incredible. A microscope going into a slice of salami. It's gross. But anyway. But yes.
The price you pay for high iron.
So true.
And the other bit of business that I had, just wanted that to be on the record. The other bit of business that I had was Gather Round today on the actual radio show. It starts, but also because it's a radio show thing doesn't mean you can't get involved with it. If you listen to the podcast, we are bringing someone with a +1 to Gather Round with us next week. So if you want to get involved with that, go to novafm.com.au, or if you're at the Nova Player, do it on that. Make sure you register.
There's a link in our bio as well.
There's a link in our bio, correct? It's probably the easiest way to do it. Nova FM, if you want to do it that way, make sure you register. We'll call you on the live radio show. But if you, it's just one quiz question. You get it right, you're in the draw. Roughly 20 people probably end up in the draw. So you've got like a 1 in 20 chance of winning a trip to Adelaide, and you get to watch Gather Round. Pretty sweet prize. Thought it was worth mentioning.
I will also make sure I get the parasite finished before then, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yep.
That's actually a lie, because you know how it's a bit of a myth of like drinking and antibiotics. It's like not actually a big deal. Apparently, this particular one is like really bad. They were just like, you actually can't with that one. So
how long do you have to take it for? Like
it's like
a week?
2 weeks. So I think I'll lay off the sesh in like May, June, I reckon. But I think I've got some work to do before then, especially gather around with the listeners.
Yeah.
So have a few beers and on the hill.
After your antibiotic, you got to make sure you have a lot of kraut.
Sauerkraut.
Yeah, kraut, or just anything with
fermented cabbage.
Take some probiotics while you're taking it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll get thrush, which men can get as well.
You want a prebiotic, that'll start it, and then a probiotic keeps it going. Because the antibiotics will kill all the good stuff in your belly.
Right, okay.
It'll nuke it. So.
All right. Maybe I should get a hose up there.
So hang on. So Gather Round is next weekend.
Yep.
So if you find out in the next week or two and they say, yeah, you got to start these antibiotics, you're just going to go,
Oh,
hang
no,
on,
no,
just
no.
hold
I've
off
already
so I
said,
can have a session,
I've
then I'll
already
start.
said I'm not starting for like another month.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I just got some stuff on, you know?
Yeah, let it thrive for a little bit.
Well, that's what, it's not dire. It's just, it just feels like it feels like there's a microscopic bug living in my gut, if I'm being honest.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Either that or I'm allergic to cheese. No, I don't know. Belle.
Yeah, hello, present. No real business, really. I'm just worried about time because we are going to be starting the show soon.
Say the shoe stuff.
Should I say the shoe
Yeah, say the shoe stuff.
It's been a really interesting day because I have been listing a lot of stuff that I own on Marketplace and selling a lot of my stuff. And I decided to sell some of my old pole shoes.
What are the difference between pole shoes and normal shoes? Are they just like wild heels sort of thing? Like,
yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's probably the easiest way to explain it is they're really, really tall and the platforms are like the width of your hand, basically. Like the platform is really tall and then the heel is really tall. But you can get different heights. But they're actually, weirdly, like I could run in these heels. Like they are so comfortable.
you should keep them because then you could wear them to the acras and then you'd be almost up to Ben and myself's chest height.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I could wear them all night comfortably. Like they're very comfortable, but they also, the top of them go forward, they go up a little bit. So you are always kind of, best way to put it, falling forward constantly so that.
Well, they got to be
like
comfy. They're working
you.
shoes. I mean, if you're shaking it for them dollar bills all night, you want a comfy shoe.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I think I might, well, because I've listed them. I put up 2 different pairs and immediately was just like this influx of messages from a lot of men and a lot of them asking like, can I have photos of you in them? Can I, like, how many years have you had them for? Would you mail them? Can I meet you? Da da da. Like all this stuff.
Like I knew that was a thing, but I didn't realize that. Like I thought that they were going to places where they specialized in that, not just going on Marketplace and approaching people selling shoes.
If you look on Marketplace, there's so many women's pairs of shoes and women selling their shoes because they're like, hey, these are my old heels or boots or whatever. And so I guess that is it seems kind of like,
sense.
People are like,
sense.
These are size 8. Yeah, and how stanky are they?
They're
real.
Do you wear socks in these?
Stank on them.
Arch support on that?
Yeah.
Stinky shoe?
You mind wearing them in a sauna for a day for me?
Well, I did.
pay
See, that's the
extra.
thing. I wrote with the description of both of these shoes, like these are really worn in.
Yeah.
They've kind of, the straps are a little bit discolored because of sweat and wear and tear.
Bit
So
yellow.
I really put that in there. But then I think I
Lot of
might do
stink.
a Currumbin Chris and I might need to make another Facebook
I don't know
profile
who Roman Chris is.
because that's a known thing in this podcast.
I wouldn't have a clue.
I might need to make like a Finsta for Facebook
So
to sell
could someone
things because
find those shoes right now if they tried?
totally,
Yeah.
easily.
Are you
And
selling
then
them
it
as a pair?
says by
Or-
Belle Jackson,
Are
and
you
then you
selling
can
it as a
see on
pair?
my profile that's public.
Yeah.
Like
Would you sell them though together or is it individual items?
they're individual, yeah.
Right.
But
Is
then I
one-
also
is one worth more than the other?
yeah, one is, yeah, but I've listed them for the same.
Right.
Yeah, but one is
Okay.
much.
Because if you had like
nicer.
athlete's foot on like your right foot or something, you could probably sell that one for more, or like a bunion or something.
Yeah,
Something-
yeah.
some
Like
sort
a
of-
boil or something.
Yeah,
popped
they
on
might
there.
be like, oh yeah, if there's any
Yeah.
form
foot
of
parasite.
fluid. Yeah, yeah.
Tinea.
Guardia or whatever it's called.
What does a stripper shoe set you back?
New?
Yeah.
Yeah, usually about 120, 130.
What are you selling yours for?
50.
Okay.
But then, yeah, so I don't know. I'm like, well, and then I'm in a lot of pole dance like groups as well that have buy and swap stuff. So I put them in there as well. And that's a safe place. Like that's all just girls being like, yep, cool. Hey, I'd love these.
Mhm.
But on Marketplace, it was a rogue thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm also selling some furniture and I was kind of like, maybe I should make a fake Facebook because I'm also like, yeah, this is my address. Come, I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm also like, who am I at the end of the day? No one cares.
Well, if anybody wants some stripper shoes, Alpha
Or
Squad,
find where I live.
or
Yeah.
Pod Squad, I should say, sorry.
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
Make sure you register if you want to win that Gather Round prize. Cool prize. Also, keep sending through your selfies so we can upgrade the off-air pod profile pic.
And your thoughts and prayers, of course, for me and my
Stomach bug.
stool sumper.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We could do a live colonoscopy.
That's been done before on radio, but I still
Has
would
it?
do it. Yeah, I think Will and Woody did it.
Oh, did
A
they?
live colonoscopy?
I don't know if it was live,
Or
but they
surely they
did.
did. Maybe they did the hose, but not like a.
What's the difference?
So,
one's a camera, one's a hose.
Yeah, some people do colonics, which is they put
It's a
hot.
flush out.
Yeah, they just put water up there. And,
Yep.
and I could imagine they do that, but I wouldn't imagine a colonoscopy. They're getting right. Like I don't think they'd have a camera like in their bowel, like live. Like I think that would be pretty.
I would want to.
Hamish and Andy did a live prostate check.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's once again that's a digit. That's like not a camera right up in.
I would watch it as long as it was like just you from a funny angle. Not. I don't want to watch the camera.
No, we're not. Oh my god, no.
Yeah.
You could sell that footage.
Yeah. Like if your face would be quite funny in the moment,
Your
that'd
face
be
would be great.
entertaining.
Wow. Wow. All right. Well, yeah. Hope you enjoyed.
Bye.
And that's it!
Like that podcast? There's heaps more to listen to if you just scroll back or download the Nova Player app.
Ben, Liam, and Bell.